All right, thank you. You're here because the
me off
jury
when I was talking.
convicted you of brutally killing your wife.
Interrupting me while I'm talking. I don't interrupt you, so why do you keep interrupting me? I know you can judge, but this supposed to be
Okay,
due
hear me out.
process.
I've heard enough of this narcissistic. You're a narcissist, and I'm not going to put this
It
family
sounds like you're a
again.
narcissist because you're talking and you're going all.
Shut his microphone off,
Yeah,
and if you
shut my
keep
phone.
talking, I'm going to do it without you. You'll be in there. I've heard enough from you. You killed your wife. A jury of 12 convicted
A
you.
white jury that did not have any black jurors on there, and that's not law. That is a setup. So you want to send me out there, I go out there, but you know what the law is, and you haven't followed it. And neither has you, and neither has
All
you.
right.
Everybody sat here and
Hear me
stood
out.
here.
Shut up.
I'm not going to shut up. While
Get
you're
him outta
talking.
here.
Get out of here. You don't have to-
I want to apologize to these children. And I'm so sorry for some reason your mother ever ran into this guy. He missed the first shot. He blew her finger off and from my understanding hit her shoulder. He could have stopped and I want to tell him that.
30-year-old Kiara Hudson described her wedding day as the happiest day of her life. She believed she had just married the man of her dreams. Sadly, this dream would soon turn into a nightmare with Kiara pleading for help and protection from her abuser. Kiara would record this abuse and post it online for all to see. This would be Kiara Hudson's last desperate cry for help, only 1 week before her estranged husband Adam Benfield would allegedly shoot and kill her in front of her 3 children. Welcome to Viral Crimes. Subscribe and hit the bell icon for more stories. This case takes us to Buffalo, New York. In February of 2022, 30-year-old mother of 3, Kiara Hudson, got married to Adam Benfield, who is 45 years old, and she later wrote on Facebook that their wedding day was the best day of her life. In addition to this, she would go on to declare her love for her new husband, referring to him as her lifetime friend and partner, and stating that he loves her with every breath he has. You could see that she was really happy and in love. Sadly, the relationship swiftly deteriorated into one that was marked by domestic violence and abuse. On September 28, Kiara posted a video to Facebook in which she showed him assaulting her with a caption that read, "This is what this man does to me, but I'm always treated like I'm the abuser." Adam held Kiara hostage at their residence and threatened her with a knife. He seized her phone and would not allow her to leave the house. After the assault, he snapped photographs of her as she lay bleeding and injured on the floor. It was reported by a friend that Adam had a nasty temper that was present even before the couple married, but that no matter how many times Adam attacked Kiara, he always say he was sorry and vowed to change so Kiara would forgive him and take him back. Understandably, Kiara's family was opposed to the idea of her marrying him. They were extremely worried about her and attempted to help Kiara at times, but she said that she was alright despite their concerns. After the abusive episode on September 28, Kiara took her children and fled their house. However, Adam would not let her leave him and instead threatened to murder her. Kiara had Adam arrested. Police took him into custody and she obtained a restraining order against him. On Tuesday, October 4th, he was released from jail on cashless bail. At the time, a terrified Kiara was hiding out at her mother's home and began wearing a bulletproof vest at all times out of the worry that Adam would shoot her. Seeing Kiara wearing a bulletproof vest all of the time appeared strange to her mother, and when she questioned Kiara about it, Kiara responded by saying, "Mom, he's going to kill me, you don't understand." On Tuesday, October 4th, 2022, Adam was arraigned before Cheektowaga Town Court Justice David Stevens on several misdemeanor charges. However, Adam did not remain in jail. He was released on his own recognizance just hours after his arrest, as the charges are non-qualifying offenses for bail. During the time that Adam was free, the prosecution submitted a request for a temporary order of protection to ensure that he would not come near Kiara. Unfortunately, this was not enough to keep Adam away from Kiara, because on the morning of October 5th, a Wednesday, Kiara was on her way to drop her kids off at daycare, and as she was approaching the daycare, Adam rammed his vehicle into Kiara's car. Afterwards, he exited his vehicle and opened fire on Kiara, shooting her numerous times in the head as her children looked on. Sadly, Kiara was pronounced dead at the scene. Adam fled the scene after the shooting. This wouldn't be the first time Adam has run from police. He had a run-in with law enforcement when he was 22 years old.
The reason for all this is because I want to get some help. The doctors refused to give me any help. As you see, I slipped my wrist, and I just wanted to get some help. Nobody wanted to help me.
That is Adam Benefield speaking with reporters in 2000. At the time, he was 22. He'd escaped from the Erie County Correctional Facility in Alden by scaling a wall. Police eventually captured him in a friend's home. Benefield served close to 15 years in prison for escape and kidnapping when he forced an ex-girlfriend to drive at gunpoint. Every time he spoke, it was about his mental health.
They knew that I got problems and they just don't want to help. They ignore all my requests. They start ignoring me at the jail.
That was 22 years ago, and now police are searching for him again, this time for allegedly shooting to death his wife Kiera in a vehicle in front of her children. Her family says 1 week before her death, she posted a video of her being punched and beaten by Benefield. Cheektowaga police arrested him. He was let go.
It is extremely frustrating when you have so many steps in place and you know somebody is dangerous. You know there's a clear and present danger, yet the court has no option but to let this person back out into our community.
1 day later, his wife was dead, and now police are looking for him, warning the public to be concerned because he's likely armed and dangerous.
He was on the run 7 days before he was apprehended by police on Wednesday, October 12. Adam was arraigned in Buffalo City Court on Wednesday on 1 count of murder in the second degree and 3 counts of endangering the welfare of a child. 2 years after the murder, Adam was found guilty of murdering his wife.
We join with the family in asking for the maximum, which of course is 25 to life. In this case, he deserves every minute of it, and any future parole board should never let him out. He did not learn his lesson from his convictions in 2000. He takes no responsibility for his actions whatsoever. I don't know if they read these sentencing minutes, sometimes I wonder, but we join in the family in asking for the maximum punishment. In this case, it is well deserved.
Thank you, Mr. Dell.
I agree that we all lost someone special. Regarding the characterization that was stated, I want to address that, but we all lost somebody special. I lost a wife and a family, and the family that we spent time with and enjoying with the Hudson family. Some of the stuff that I understand, as she stated, that they didn't get. My family dropped it off to the police station when they called them, and so that they could drop it off. I don't know what happened from there, but my family tried to do the best for that. As I said, I love my wife, and she's gone, and she was taken from not only them, but from all of us. She was special, and it's hard to console as they feel as well that she's really gone. This has been a nightmare for everybody, including the court and the DA, who likes to suppress evidence. However, as I said, this has been a hard time for everybody. Even though I got found guilty of these charges, obviously with the evidence not being 100% provided so that we can utilize the truth-seeking function and the fact-finding procedure, which would have benefited the public at large and the family, because there's things that the family don't know about and everything else that may have changed the whole outcome of this case, and we could get justice for all of us. Obviously in this case it hasn't taken place as of yet or today, because we all lost someone. The pre-sentencing report, I have to address that as well. I did not see that pre-sentencing report. It was done a while ago. I haven't received it, not as of yet. So I don't know what's in it, and I have not been able to contest it, because I don't know what's in it. As far as the psychiatric report that was done, as I stated before, and I stand by my statement that that was either not her, or she she commit malpractice, and I would love to have the medical examining board review this and due process violations that has continued in this case. See, I'm here because I don't want to be here. I'm forced to be here to fight these charges.
All right, thank you. You're here
You
because
cut
the
me off
jury
when I was talking.
convicted you of brutally killing your wife.
Interrupting me while I'm talking. I don't interrupt you, so why do you keep interrupting me? I know you can judge, but if it's supposed
Okay,
to be due
hear me out.
process.
I've heard enough of this narcissistic. You're a narcissist, and I'm not gonna put this
It's
family
not like you're a
again.
narcissist because you're talking and you're going all.
Shut his microphone off,
Yes,
and if
shut
you
my
keep
phone
talking, I'm gonna do it without you, and you'll be in there. I've heard enough from you. You killed your wife, a jury of 12 convicted
A
you.
white jury that did not have any black jurors on there, and that's not law. That is a setup. So you want to send me out there, I go out there, but you know what the law is, and you haven't followed it. And neither has you, and neither has
All
you.
right.
Everybody sat here and
Hear me
stood
out.
here.
Shut up.
I'm not going to shut up. while
Get
you're
him outta
talking.
here.
Get me out of here. You don't have to-
I want to apologize to these children. And I'm so sorry for some reason your mother ever ran into this guy. I wanted to tell him, but I couldn't take it anymore. How he could disregard the love of his child and his two stepchildren by taking a shotgun. And what I heard at this trial, he missed the first shot. He blew her finger off and, from my understanding, hit her shoulder. He could have stopped, and I want to tell him that, but it wouldn't have done any good. So, unfortunately, under the law, I cannot send him to jail for the rest of his life without any chance of parole. But I will give him the maximum, because if anybody deserves it, he does. It is a judgment of this court that upon his conviction for the crime of murder in the second degree, that he be sentenced to an indeterminate term of imprisonment, which will have a maximum of life. The court hereby imposes a minimum of 25 years, plus the maximum fine of $5,000. With regard to the conviction of aggravated criminal contempt, he is to be sentenced to an indeterminate term of imprisonment having a minimum of 3.5 years, a maximum of 7, and by operation of law, it must run concurrently to the life sentence. Now, on the misdemeanor charges of 3 counts of endangering the welfare of a child, he is fined the maximum $1,000 for a total of $3,000. Now, the surcharge on the felony is $300, crime victim assistance fee is $25, and a $50 DNA databank fee. All fines and all surcharges are to be paid out of prison funds, and he's got a lifetime to pay these fines. He has 30 days on which to file a notice of appeal. And I will write a letter, I want the family to know, I will write a letter to the parole board using the strongest language possible that he never ever sees the light of day.
Kiera's family filed a lawsuit against the Cheektowaga Police Department and the town of Cheektowaga, alleging that they failed to protect her from her husband, resulting in her death.
And us this week will mark 2 years since a mother was shot and killed in front of her children in Buffalo, a case that sparked a larger conversation about domestic violence and protections for victims.
It now has renewed attention, with Kiera Hudson's family suing the Cheektowaga Police Department, accusing them of failing to step in against her alleged abuser and killer, her husband.
I was there moments after she was killed, and her family told me that the day before her death, Benefield was arrested for allegedly punching and kicking her in their Cheektowaga home. We're told he was released that same day, and her family blamed bail reform for that.
The lawsuit filed by Hudson's mother Tuesday accuses the town of Cheektowaga and its police department of failing to properly charge Benefield and keep him behind bars. That lawsuit says this gave Benefield the opportunity to kill Hudson the next day.
Now, 2 years later, Kiara's family filing a lawsuit against the town of Cheektowaga and its police department, claiming numerous warning signs were ignored. Meanwhile, this case continues to raise awareness about domestic violence.
What we have to remember is Kiara was a human being. She was the daughter. She was a mother. People in our Western New York area might not know Kiara. They know Kiara's story, but they also have to know that abuse is happening everywhere. It does not discriminate.
The Family Justice Center provides services including help with legal support, finding a shelter, and filing charges.
It's difficult to reconcile the level of violence that we're seeing, the level of injury, the level of hurt and pain. It's also hard to reconcile broken systems that people are navigating.
Ava Thomas knows what it's like to navigate the system. She is a survivor of domestic violence herself.
I tried to navigate everything on my own, keep everything a secret. It nearly cost me my life.
She says she got several orders of protection in different cities and towns.
The initial order that was granted, he broke that several times. I reported it. You report it to whatever jurisdiction the incident happens in.
Her abuser eventually went to prison, and Ava is now working at the Family Justice Center, hoping to prevent more tragedies like what happened to Kiara. The day she was killed, her sister told me it was the system that failed their family.
She said if anything ever happens to her, she will not rest in peace.
What happened to Kiara was beyond tragic. Kiara tried her best to get help and save her own life. She went to the police and obtained an order of protection against her husband and got him arrested, but sadly her husband was still released from jail. She posted her abuse online because she was afraid and felt like she wasn't being taken seriously. She hid out at her mother's home and wore a bulletproof vest because she was sure that her husband would shoot and kill her. She did all she thought to do and still tragically lost her life. My condolences to her friends and family. She should have been protected. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.